Let's start with this one and see what we draw. Oh, that's pretty good draw. So what's up, bro? Oh my god. So let's attack and get the full. Oh my god, you will get to see the full effect of Sphinx. Fact or fiction? 5 cards from the top. Hello everyone, it's Sloth and we have another deck. And this one is special. Like, even though I know it's not Dimir, but this deck is actually really strong, and I think this will be one of the top decks in the new meta. Like, everything just works here. This is something that has extreme amount of power. It has basically responses to everything, and I think that we can go a long way with this deck. And Zur, definitely a banger in this deck. Like, it's part of success is that there are so many cards. Like, I think the big success, we will go through the cards, don't worry, but I feel like, you know, to give some context to the deck, the fact that Leyline Binding is basically a 6 mana card that is cast for 1 mana very early is the reason why Zur is so good, because he can create basically 2 mana 6/6 with deathtouch, lifelink, hexproof. Like, this is insane. It's so ahead of the curve that a lot of decks just cannot answer it at all, and I think this is the big part of the full deck. So let's go through the cards and then discuss like it more, because I know you love discussing cards forever instead of seeing gameplay. So temporary lockdown, extremely cool removal, and oh boy, you will see some highlights from this video. Oh my god, this card destroys some decks, and it's not even funny. It seems like a 3 mana sweeper, but it's better than this. It answers all the anvils, it answers all the Kumano, Kakazam, whatever it's called, the red annoying thing, because it hits everything that isn't a land. It even hits Bankbuster, so even against control deck, you might just cast it to get rid of his card advantage. This card is sweet, and it's only 3 mana, so it means that you cast it 1 turn before normal sweepers, and it exiles as well, so all the Tenacious Underdogs feel really sad about this card. And Tenacious Underdog, oh boy, you will meet this card so much currently. Insane card, really cool removal. Or sweeper, should I say. Zur, the big card for the deck, Eternal Schemer. He always schemes, as you can see from this weird art. So 3 mana, ESPER mana basically. Flying, 1/4. Enchantment creatures you control have deathtouch, lifelink, and hexproof. But for 2 mana, 1 colorless and 1 white, target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power and toughness each equal to its mana value. And now you can see why the Leyline Binding, a 6 mana permanent that gets discounted from the main, is so powerful. So of course 5 colorless, 1 white mana flash, so it's basically an instant, even though it's enchantment. Domain, dispel costs 1 less for each basic land type, man, I cannot speak. Each basic land type reduce the cost by 1. And that's why it has 5 colors, because if you have complete, like, domain 5 different land types, you cast it for 1 single mana. And that's insane, because it's basically a perfect removal. It exiles, it hits everything. Not only creatures, you can exile enchantment, planewalker. It's basically a perfect removal. That's pretty insane. And with the synergy with Zur, it's just even so much stronger. Archangel of Wrath. Card that I'm still on the fence. Maybe it should be Serra Paragon, because Serra Paragon has a little bit more synergy with the deck. Archangel of Wrath just serves a different role. It's direct answer. On the turn it comes into play, and we have different colors of mana, so we always get the kicker. So this is 2 colorless white, 3/4 angel with flying and lifelink. But there's more. It has double kicker, 1 black mana or 1 red mana, and for each kicker it deals 2 damage to any target. So basically you get 2 instances of 2 damage into some target. Don't forget, this damage gets the lifelink effect because the source is Archangel of Wrath. So as lifelink text has, damage dealt by a creature with lifelink also causes you to gain life. Sorry, that was sluggish, but basically this deals damage, so it heals you. That's a big deal. So it means that even if you cast it, even if it gets instantly removed with Infernal Grasp, you still get to heal 4 damage and maybe even remove 2 creatures on top of the card that they needed to use to answer this. 2 toughness is very often the stat line for a lot of creatures. And most importantly, I think, this can remove Planewalkers even if opponent can defend them. So you cast it, you have this annoying Sorin or Liliana that keeps making you discard cards, and you deal 4 damage to it and it dies. So our opponent lost his full advantage with Planewalkers. That's a big deal. I think the card is pretty sweet. I'm not sure how great it is. You need to pay 6 mana for this effect, but so far I didn't have big issues with this. And you can always cast it for 5 mana and remove one of the creatures, or time it when they minus the Planewalker and just, it has 1 loyalty usually. Like, this is a thing that probably, I think it's good. Serra Paragon, 2 colorless white. Flying creature with 3/4. It seems to be the new rule. And you can basically cast a permanent spell with cost of 3 or less from your graveyard, or play a land from your graveyard. And it gets the clause that when it dies, it's exiled and you gain some life. But basically it's like Lurus for historic players. So basically, you can see how many 3 mana permanents we have. We have all the removal, wedding announcements, lockdowns, even Zur. This is the card that you will probably want to get from your graveyard most of the time, because it's just engine for the rest of the deck. And suddenly, when you cast this, for example 7 mana, you basically have a 7-drop with 2 cards. So even if they answer Paragon, they are still at a disadvantage, and this is very important. How the game works on the mechanical level, when you cast it, the only way to answer it is counterspell. If our opponent only has removal, you cast it, then they can answer to the cast, and there's no creature on the board yet. Then they say, okay, it goes into battlefield, and then the priority is on your side. If you don't do anything stupid, you can cast the card and they cannot respond to it. So yeah, you can cast Zur and then they remove Serra Paragon, but the effect is already on the stack and you already got the value from this card. That's incredibly important, and this is one of the reasons that after you cast it, don't do anything else, just use its ability. This way you will always get 2 for 1. And if you do something else, then they can respond to Serra Paragon, and then you don't have, any value because it's like slow sorcery speed, right? So an incredibly important thing about this card. I think this is something a lot of people will mess up, and thanks to watching this channel, you won't. Sphinx of Clear Skies. Interesting card. I'm still trying to make it work, but it definitely has some issues. So 3 colorless, blue, flying ward 2 for a 5/5 Sphinx creature, and it has domain. So basically you need to deal combat damage to a player, and then you reveal X cards from top of your library, and the X is of course the number of basic land types from what you control, and then opponent needs to separate them into piles and you take one of the piles. So fact or fiction for all time players. And with that being said, a lot of opponents will mess the split, so you actually get more value usually, unless you play like high mythic. I'm pretty sure most of the players don't have experience in splitting the piles, and they usually give you one pile that is better because they overthink some threats and don't respect like some cards enough. And you will see it in one of the games, they just messed it up. So, what problem I have with this card? Ward 2. That's not a lot. 2 is a little bit more than Raffin has, which is not considered like extremely defensive creature thanks to Ward. I think for a 5-drop, 2 is a little bit too little. Like it usually dies to Infernal Grasp, played on curve. Very often this will be end step that they will just remove it with Infernal Grasp. If they have 4 mana, they just cast it, and like Sphinx never existed. And there's a lot of removal spells that do not mind this Ward 2 so much. So that's my problem. You can of course compare it to Imrev, and Imrev had Ward 4, and You will see in some games, I even mentioned it, like Immerf wouldn't die in this situation. This one dies. And when you cast it for 5 mana, it means that opponent definitely has 4 mana, unless he got mana screwed. It means that even if you cast it on the play, your opponent usually can answer it. And what more, he can answer it with mana efficiency, because Infernal Grasp is 4 mana on this one. And this costs you 5 mana, so you are still a bit behind in mana. It's not a big deal, but you don't gain anything out of this. And it has to attack, and it also needs to hit combat damage to a player. So if he has vampires, like your opponent has vampires, you don't get any value. Like, I don't say the card is bad, but it definitely has clear weaknesses. And when it hits, it feels great. And you will see some of the hits. So I'm on the fence on this card. If you are a fresh player on the budget, I would definitely think about not crafting it for now and see how the meta goes, because I think it might not be too played, but I'm not sure. Like, we will see how the meta goes. It's definitely a strong card, but it has a very clear weakness as a control finisher, and usually as a control finisher you want something that doesn't die to nearly anything, and this one usually dies. So, with that being said, we have also Cruelty of Gix. You probably seen this. 3 colorless, black, read ahead. First chapter, you discard a creature or planewalker card from opponent's hand. Second one is a tutor, Grim Tutor basically. You pay 3 life, you get any card from your deck. And chapter 3, you reanimate a creature for 5 mana. You can also reanimate opponent's creature, that's important. And read ahead, of course, you choose the chapter where you start. Remember that you always lose this life if you choose chapter 1 or 2, because it's not conditional, you always pay 3 lives, so be prepared. And Leyline Binding, we talked about it. We have some pain lands, of course. They are sweet, they are cool, they don't hurt because we have lifelink from Zur. And as a general impression, I think the deck is really strong. It might be tier 1 deck in the new meta, we will see, but definitely everything in this deck works together with everything, and it has answers for everything. So I would look into this deck. If you are like Esper fan, it's definitely something, in my opinion, that will stay. I think it's strong enough that it has like merit to be, you know, not the meme deck. It's just very strong in very many situations, and you will have draws when you completely obliterate some decks. So great. Don't forget to subscribe, and enjoy the games. I hope you enjoy them. Alright, so you go first. I like to see this message. I definitely like it. Especially if you have wedding announcement for days, you would definitely want to be on the play. That's such a big difference. Oh boy, we will have a lot of menace stuff for you. Of course we don't have anything yet. Touch of the Spirit Realm, it will be probably pretty important. Oh, red. Here we meet again. Alright, so let's make sure. And for the next turn, Zur is also interesting card, but Wedding Announcement is way better play, because it keeps going, while this one is basically 1 turn effect. And the Anthem, the sooner we get the Anthem and +1/+1, the better we trade with everything our opponent has. Okay, I see how it is. Oh boy, someone is for a very bad surprise. Do we do it now? Man, this feels a bit weird. Oh, I'm such a greedy person. His deck is... Okay, let's be responsible. Whatever, let's be responsible. Like, this is 3-4-1. Sloth, don't be so greedy, man. Like, you are already super greedy anyway. And we also forced the blood token, so maybe he didn't want to use it this turn. Who knows? Like, it's good to have it. Like, if you play the most irritating Anvil deck ever. And he discarded a pretty strong card, so it's not like, you know, that was a land or something that was that. Kumano is definitely pretty slow against what we have. Okay, so this was really good decision. Now we just spam him with the tokens, and I think we will close the game really quickly. Like, we are in a really good spot right now. Do we attack? We get the Anthem. He will... No, so we don't attack this turn. Okay, maybe we should, but it's just 1 damage, it's fine. And yeah, something was removed. I knew about this. That's why I played like this. So remember, he will have a little bit stronger creature. So we probably don't kill it with 2/2. We probably need to double block. That's why I wanted those tokens. And they have a lot of. Oh, that's so sad. Decline, my friend. You have no power here. You literally have no power. Let's start with. Good old, oh, it feels so, man, like he's forced into such a bad position. Casting Nyx List to deal 2 damage is just pure sadness. And pure happiness for us. Oh yes, it feels so great. Oh, our opponent is basically dead at this point. Sphinx. And that's why Imref. I told you, Imref. Like, Sphinx really dies very easily compared to Imref. Imref, like, in this situation, Imref wouldn't be able to be killed, like, at all. This one just dies anyway. So, I'm sorry, I need to be honest. So let's play like this. We can definitely reanimate one of them. Like, lifelink is incredibly strong here, in this situation. Even though we pay a little bit of life, it is definitely worth it. Because we kill our opponent next turn. And we also get more Anthem, so our creatures are even better. Oh, that's so sweet. You play your 1 mana, deal 1 damage. No, you are playing red and black. Sorry, no good game for you, my friend. I know I'm a mean person, but let's face it. Whoever plays red had it coming. Okay, we are going second. We have very slow hand. It's probably one of the slowest hand possible. But we have double Zur. Oh man, I think it's a mulligan. Like, it's actually really bad. Let's go for Serra Paragon. Yeah, I think this is the correct call. Because Leyline Binding is extremely cheap with the lands that we've got. Let's start with this one. So no, we reduce by 3 on turn 1. Man, that's actually pretty insane. Okay, so we have red, black, and green. So blue is new and white is blue. So this should do it, right? We don't have white. If we started with white, so I should have gone for Jetmir's Garden. I'm so bad at those lands because I don't really use them ever. I'm always the Raffin Tower guy, you know? Alright, so. Ooh, that hurts. I don't want our opponent to get wedding announcement, to be honest. I think this is the play. So this way, our opponent gets reversed, and then we have double, like the second binding to answer his next turn, and that's how we reverse the tempo completely. Oh, this is a bit painful. Let's make a stop just in case. Yeah, he had the time to use it. There's no way we could answer it to prevent this, unfortunately. Yeah, and I think that's the play. So we unphase it. Gala Greeters, not the worst, but definitely not something we want to see. I think this is like wedding announcement was better if we wasn't behind. Like right now we are super behind and we need to push for the tempo, because with Gala Greeters in 2 turns it will get nasty. And we want to reanimate Leyline Bindings. Our opponent plays colors that have generally trouble removing creatures. White is something that, you know, he might have something, but there's a high chance that Zur will survive. Man, this art is just... What's up? Thank you. But to be fair, this is probably one of the most, like, meta decks right now, I think. It seems really strong. Like, it seems competitively strong. And we have some moments to, you know, go for the stuff. So we need 2 mana. I think we need to go for maximum damage right now. Bro, look at my stuff. Look at my horse. It's really amazing. You know, random 13 out of nowhere. That's why we played Zur last turn, because the pressure is pretty crazy. Our opponent won't really get Anthem even, so... if he cannot remove Zur, It also means he cannot remove the bindings. Yeah, so enjoy your little bros, but we have 13 damage a turn. By the way, oh my god, we are at 32. I didn't even realize it. Oh my god, the lifelink is actually such a big deal. Like, right now, he cannot raise us. Not at all, because our dudes are just too huge. So even if he can produce champ blockers, we out-heal his damage every single turn. Man, that's a lot of stuff. Can I have lockdown, please? That would be super cool. Oh my god, he actually can block enough. Okay, I have an idea. Smart. Super high quality idea. I think he will block just exactly the number or champ block. So that's why we hold the ganja. Sure? The problem is that he is always losing two creatures a turn, and we might get a lot of free stuff. This is legendary, so a ganja is even cheaper. We definitely start with this one. And honestly, I think we don't go for Spirited Companion, because I really want to have a ganja. Alright, and we will keep drawing cards every single turn. So our opponent definitely got more time than we want, but he's in a very bad spot overall. Okay, that's insane. This means that he gets infinite mana basically. However, he needs to tap quite a lot of creatures to cast something expensive. I'm a bit scared right now. This means that he just suddenly got like 6 extra mana, and that's definitely more than I want to give him. So let's see how he uses it. He has 3 cards, and definitely he didn't have enough mana to cast them, so this might get super scary. I don't think he will attack in that case, so we will probably reanimate. Voice of the Blessed, that's definitely a thing. This can go extremely strong very quickly. Okay, it's great that this is basically the last thing, so he gets like 1 trigger. But he might follow up with more spells, so let's not celebrate yet. Okay? He should know about the reanimation, so maybe like a ganja wasn't super great idea, because he probably won't attack into Wedding Announcement anyway. Oh, nice. You love to see it. Okay, so let's get rid of something. Is this even like threatening? Whenever you cast a creature, create a token. So this triggers his veteran thingy. This one also can do something. I'm not really sure. Like, I'm honestly not sure. I think this one is the most scary. And I don't think attacking was perfect idea, to be fair. We will see, maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like a greatest idea. I guess they are at 15, so that's something. They can triple block if they want. They can kill the Wedding Announcement one and keep getting triggers, I guess. Let's start with this one and see what we draw. Oh! That's pretty good draw. So, what's up, bro? Oh my god, this is so brutal. Oh, that's a pain. That's a good game. The dog definitely changed a little bit the game. Oh my god, this lockdown was pure money. Oh man, this is such a weird start, but you know what, I will take it. Like with Celestus we can cycle whatever we feel that is not great. They have some removal, and to be honest, like this dog is like the main thing I considered. I think it's really good. Because it will cycle itself in a way, and we get to draw more answers at some point, and with Celestus you should be able to, you know, cast something. We can cycle those runs, and with Serra Paragon we will be able to play them again. I kinda like it. Man, we can even flicker the companion if we care. I don't think we do, but if we do. So for this reason, we are playing the Celestus, and we are playing the non-Tapland. Yeah, I guess we ramp as well, so it's a bit better overall. Serra Paragon, definitely something that will come into play. We need to be careful about how we... Oh, Celestus Spanish. So good. So good. So, okay, that was an early mistake. So we need to make sure we have as many domain things. I'm not great with those runs. Not gonna lie, I don't use them ever. This is actually extremely important because we might cast it and then still draw it. So, that's cool. First of all, let's attack. I'm not casting Serra Paragon into open mana anyway. So how do we do it? We might cycle this and play this. Okay, I like this idea. After consideration, I think it's okay. It is a nighttime, so we don't get the Celestus benefit. Maestro's Charm. Sure. Maybe I went a little too hard on this plan with Serra Paragon and playing land. Man, I'm just a value junkie. Maybe I should just start playing creatures because they're high chance. Yeah, I should have played this thing. I'm just scared about counter spells, you know? But Grixis very often does not play too many counter spells. But from the pattern of how they play, it seems like they have counter spells. That's how you play generally then. Like always open mana and end step casting, right? And they don't seem to be aggressive, so it doesn't seem like they want to be the aggressor, they want to be like the defender, in a way. This is our only removal, so let's hold to it. Okay, this is pretty good. First of all, let's attack. Okay. Serra Paragon. Okay, I like it. Because we can then use channel if it's not a counter spell, if that is just a removal. And that's pretty sweet because we basically negate his removal. Okay. Oh, it might be Grixis Reanimator. I've seen this deck. It seems pretty fun. And they discarded all the sweepers. That's so interesting. Very bold decision. Very brave, my friend. Touch of the Spirit Realm is so cool here. Oh my god, we can even cast it from the graveyard after the channeling. Right. I nearly forgot about this one. Interesting. Our opponent is extremely passive. And we love to see it. So let's attack first and see what will happen to our creatures. Our opponent has some time, definitely. Oh, here we go. Rona's Vortex. So we can resolve the Sphinx, or we can protect the Serra Paragon. Both of them seem pretty good ideas. They discarded Burn Down the House. Meathook Massacre is not good enough. That suggests that they have one. But I think, oh my god, if they have Maestro Charm, they can pay the ward and kill the Sphinx. So they have really good answers to this. You know what? Let's make Serra Paragon a bit annoying. I think it's worth it. We basically traded for card. And I think it's annoying enough that we want to cast it, you know? And I think we go with the Spirited Companion, so the Serra, or whatever, Angel thing will come back, and the board is already threatening enough that our opponent needs to do something about it. They cannot just ignore it. And that's really important, because when they use something heavy, then they are tapped out, and then we resolve the Sphinx and continue the pressure, then they kill it. Yeah, see, exactly, that's and this gave away that he discarded Burn Down the House. You generally don't do it if you see creature deck and like this, they smork you, and you know, then you think, oh, they are smorking me, I guess I will do something like discard the card that answers it. That has no sense. They have no creatures, so we play it like this, and we use Raffine Tower as a cycling. That's my idea. It also gives some illusion that we have instant that might mess things up. For example, Touch of the Spirit Rare. Man, I would like them to see my priority, but there's no way, so they will cast spell anyway. They might have another Burn Down the House, which answers it, and it's worth card for card. Okay, they seen the priority. I should have make longer pause. Okay. If they have something, they might do it right now, because we are tapped out. But that's still good play from our side, so that's fine. Yep, they have it. Perfect mana. But that's how it is. You know, it's still there. And they wanted to do it the upkeep. Oh, you sneaky little bastard. Oh, that was a good one. That was a smart play. If you want to get rid of the stuff, do it during our opponent turns. I want to cycle lands. I don't think I need more lands. I definitely need more value. And Touch of the Spirit Realm is incredible. Let's see how screwed we are. When you see Galvanic Iteration, you know bad things will happen. And I mean bad things will happen. I need a cry emote. I need a cry emote. I don't have this one. Yeah, definitely this one. We will answer with this one. Not yet, my friend. But you will get infinite cards. That's definitely a thing. So our idea is that we give him additional card, but we get to keep the Sphinx, which is pretty huge, and we get a fact or fiction, the full value. I think we have all the lands, right? Do we have blue? No, we don't. We will play Raffin Tower then, before attacking. That's fine. I knew about it. Take action, sure. Okay, so there are no really like things that we can leyline too much, so okay. Thank you, deck. Okay, I understood. I guess we take it. So let's attack and get the full... Oh my god, you will get to see the full effect of Sphinx. Fact or fiction? 5 cards from the top. Zur and Wedding Announcement are definitely the best ones, so he should split them between 2 different piles. I think I would go like Wedding Leyline and Zur and the rest, because Zur is a bit weaker, I think, because it's a creature with 4 toughness, and I'm sure he has ways to remove it. And if we turn some enchantment into stuff, like, it's even easier for him. So I think I would go Wedding Announcement and either land or... Yeah, like... Yeah, I think that's the split. I wonder what he will do. Do we have thinking emote? Not really. Let's do this one. You know, this is a hard choice. Oh, he went really all in on this one. I like it. But I will still choose this one. I'm not sure if that was a good split. It feels a bit off, to be honest. Especially that we can cycle this, so this is basically a free card. Let's go like this. I guess... Okay, I have a smart play. It can be any non-land permanent. Oh, opponent control... You bastard. You monster. We played something, right? So, you know what? We have enough instants for 1 mana, we don't need more. So we might start cycling cards we don't like, for example, Tempo. And this is why this was a mistake. We will cycle those cards into some stuff sooner or later. So he gave us a really huge amount of value. Man, like the Sphinx, when this hits, it's actually a big deal. So my plan was to Leyline Binding my own Sphinx, and then Leyline Binding my own Leyline Binding, so then Sphinx will be back. So I cycled 2 useless cards into something, but it's something we control, right? Just to make sure. An opponent controls. Man, it's so lame. But yeah. Yeah, I know, you're right, I get it. I will try it. To play a bit faster, okay? I will try. Man, can we stop with the ley lines? It's a bit too much. Let's start with the cycling. I think we can afford 1 of them. Oh, cool. So I guess let's keep, you know, kickering. I hope we have double kicker. Alright, he has 4 mana, so I guess I didn't play around any counter spells, but I don't think that's a huge difference. We might as well smirk, face, angels, cool. Alright, this definitely does not kill him. But you know. And I think I can play one of them, just to activate the Leyline in case. And I'm pretty sure we will cycle like 2 Leylines and this land probably. We need to get them into like real cards right now. Man, how does he kill us? Is that... Oh, right, I think I've played with something extremely close to this. He might have red invoke as well. And then they cast it, they copy it, and they just kill you with invoke disperse directly. Oh, that hurts. That actually does hurt. And he has a lot of mana, and he has a lot of triumph, so he has both black mana for invoke despair and red mana for invoke calamity. So, let's see how he plays. He definitely has a lot of options. Okay, I see. Do we care about... Yeah, I don't want him to heal at all. So, I will pay my 1 life. That's actually important. Like, he's at 7. So, we want to make sure that he stays at 7. Grixis doesn't have great ways to deal with stuff and heal. Okay, they have ways to deal with stuff, but not to heal. Okay, that's what I meant. That was the idea. I might have used the wrong words. You cannot blame me. Alright, so let's start with cycling. Like, we will get to our good cards someday. Someday. And we can use Celestus once time a turn, but we didn't cast a single card. So, oh, but that's a good card. That's actually a pretty good one. Oh boy, they didn't have any counter. Let me remind myself, I don't think I played any counter spells in this deck. I think they are purely reactive. So let's go. They really didn't want to see wedding announcement, so let's see if the reason was good. Maestro's Charm. You monster. That was just mean. Like, a direct, give me 3 life, bro. Like, that was so unnecessary. I feel this was just a pure power play, you know? It's interesting. It means that he's scared of dying, like, directly. I think he might be scared a little bit. Oh, you monster. Oh, do we give up the Leyline? I guess he healed a little bit. And he has more Meathook, so I prefer to have pressure from wedding announcement than this. What? Whoa, what? Oh, right, that was a copy. I forgot he copied it. Okay. So I didn't have a real choice, actually. We can get Zur back. This might be our out. Okay, I think we can win this. I think we can actually win this if he taps out or if he doesn't have like instants for the next turn. That's really interesting. Cycling. We are both cycling masters. Don't forget, this is basically a 6/6 with haste. You know, pretty decent. This doesn't have flash, so we cannot cast it. So we take the dog, just for the sake of refilling, in some weird scenario, I don't know. So I hope... Oh my god, is that another Invoke Despair? I think it is, and he will try to kill us. I have a bad feeling about this one. It is unfortunate. Our plan was to Leyline Binding into taking the Zur back. Yeah. So I think we show our opponent the play. Yeah, I like the guy. And let's show him the plan that we had, because we actually had a really good plan. We are getting back the Zur. Now we cast the Leyline Binding. We get rid of whatever. Now we cast the Leyline Binding. We do whatever. And next turn... That was a good game. I really like this one. I know. Okay, you did well. You did well. Oh my god. Oh right, I need to click the things. Sorry, forgot about this. So basically we would deal 12 damage after playing Zur. That would be 3 mana, then we go to 5. Bro, I don't have triggers, it's your turn. By the way, why the bear is like completely not happy with us and like on the back in the wrong place? Like, I didn't even notice this one. I enjoyed this game. We lost, but that was really fun. Oh man, I nearly forgot to press record. Like, sometimes you are in your deep thoughts and it's just, you know, the autopilot. So, our hand, it's okay. You know? It's okay. That's all I'm gonna say. No full control, please. Thank you. So we are against Evolved Sweeper, the card that always has to die. Let's see if we can, you know, take the mantle and, you know, kill the creature when it deserves to die. That sounds like a good song. So let's go for Spirited Companion. Our opponent doesn't have great ways. Like, he can get it to 3, I believe, if he wants. So activate 1 and 2, and this seems to be his plan. So we can get Leyline to 0. If we attack what he does, he will block and pump it, right? We could go for a Ganja, I guess. Not really, we don't have enough mana. I guess when he does it, we probably shoot Leyline in response so he doesn't draw cards on the future turn. We could also just touch off the Spirit Realm. I want him to use mana first, so we will wait. This way he won't be able to use the Bankbuster. I think that's way better. And we got, I think, probably all of the land types. We do not attack. We ain't no newbie. We're a professional Magic player. You wait. You don't do anything. You pretend that nothing is You freaking monster. I hate you. I hate you so much. That was exactly what we didn't want to happen. But it means he cannot go for the card draw next turn. Oh boy. I didn't predict that he will play smart. That was really good. We should go for the value game. This is better. So we couldn't prevent him from drawing cards, so that still was the best play. I really hoped he will go greedy with the sleeper. That I even clicked it quickly so he doesn't see we have any kind of response, and that should encourage him to just draw more. But that's the problem. He invested, look how much mana into this. And still, no payoff. Okay, right now he's just having a cool creature. Okay, how we do it? How do we do it? That's a really important question. I think we cannot Meathook. It's not good enough. I think we go with the Touch of Spirit Realm. Oh my god, the words. Very hard. And we get rid of the one that is pumped. And that's the problem with this card. Like, it is really mana inefficient in a way. And it usually baits you into losing a lot of tempo if you want to get any value out of this. And that's the problem. It still doesn't count. Unless... And look, this is perfect showcase of why the card is not perfect. Let's see how he does. That's such an obvious bait. And he took it. Ladies and gentlemen, he took it. And where's the value, my friend? So that's why I kinda am hesitant with the sleeper. The card is amazing, but... And I'm going full control, but honestly, I don't think... Like, he needs to go into combat phase for us to get any value. And I love that he used the Vampire. Vampire is really bad. So he basically lost the Soaring for no reason. And now, we can start actually attacking if we care. So it's, yeah, Sphinx is not a possibility because we have wrong mana. So for this reason we are reanimating one of our stuff. I want to give him Bankbuster because it's like tempo inefficient. So whatever happens, attack! Both have deathtouch, so... Oh, he didn't read the card. He will learn the hard way. Oh, what's up? Maybe he has a sweeper. Jokes aside, he might have a super strong sweeper that I never thought about. Oh, look! Leyline is still here. You need second removal for it. That's the problem with Zur. It doesn't reanimate as long as it's on the battlefield. It reanimates permanently. And we have good plays around our opponent. So this prevents his block. This means that a lot of damage is going on. Unfortunately, we hit only for 4. I would much rather hit for 6. And this is not a blue land, so... I think we cycle it. Like, we need something blue to play the Sphinx, and it's more important. Okay, that's a good one, definitely. But still, that's a lot of damage that we dealt just from the Meathook. And that's why I gave him the Bankbuster. It is inefficient in, like, mana world. No man, like, we are in such an awkward mana. But you know what? I'll take it. Oh, that doesn't help with anything. Like, it really doesn't. So this is already 3 damage with Meathook Massacre, even if he answers it. Oh, okay, that's really important for him, because he can heal with this. Sure, I will play life. We don't care about the life, but we definitely care about him not having land. Let's cycle this one. Raffine Tower is actually important. We don't care. Bruh, I don't care. Oh boy, that's a bit unfortunate. Like, Sheoldred, another game that we are taking over. Man, this card. Definitely a kind of banger lately. Okay, this is scary turn. That's an attack. I still feel that we are the aggressor, so I will take it gladly. Okay. That's definitely an extremely good... like, those 2 cards were perfect. Like, this is exactly what he needed. Sheoldred into Meathook. That's basically the perfect he could do. Sure. So do we go with the Sphinx and hope he is rid of all the answers? That seems like a decent idea, to be honest. We can even block Sheoldred if he attacks with Wedding Announcement. I think we don't have enough time to go for another one. I want to cycle next turn and have at least like 4 or 5 mana to play some... I guess 4 mana. So that's why I played the land, so we can cycle and play something. 6/6 is a lot, but black decks generally have easy time removing creatures with high toughness, but he's out of Inferno Grasps. Those are 2 already. And Lockdown will get rid of the Vampire. Problem is he won't be attacking, because like he cannot go through the Sphinx anyway. Do we need to go combat damage to a player? Oh my god, that's so many conditions. It doesn't draw though. Yeah, it puts the pile of in your hand, it doesn't draw cards. That's actually important wording. Do we have some... Oh yeah, we have something cool. So this is a Zur turn, I think. How do we... We can play with the Lockdown and draw a lot of cards and deal a lot of damage. We lose the token though, we lose the Meathook. I guess we get rid of the Bankbuster. That's interesting play. I'm not sure if it's a good play. We might die due to this. I honestly don't even want to draw cards too much. Oh boy. I think this is the play. It feels a bit scary to give him full turn to answer things. But I think having Zur on the battlefield is a big deal. It's like we are basically having 2 cards in a way, you know? And we threaten complete lethal next turn. And if we attack with Sphinx, he still needs to sacrifice stuff. Let's go for face. It's such a big threat that he is forced. Like, it's better threat than hitting Sorin. He might let Sorin go, but he definitely won't give us like 5 cards. That's interesting. Man, the game got really interesting and close. He will have 7 mana, so it means he cannot Meathook the Sphinx. That's really big deal, because like Meathook is a very strong play right now, except for the Sphinx. This 1/1 additionally is a big deal. My Wedding Festivity card, that is no joke. Okay, I wonder, I'm not sure who will win this. I think we have a very good situation, but it all depends what he will do this turn. Like, he has a lot of cards and a lot of mana, a lot of potential to make huge plays. But I like Meathook Massacre, not great. Invoke Despair, not great. I don't see one card that solves his issue, but maybe I forget about something. So I'm really curious about what's going to happen this turn, because if he doesn't answer very well, like we can reanimate everything, Told you. What? Oh, he got the treasure from the bank bus. Oh my god, I suck at this game so much. Oh, that's such a big deal. Okay, so I guess now we are like top decking and we have additional draw through the cycling, so that's a bit better. Okay, so Meathook for... Man, this treasure from Bankbuster. That's such a big deal. That actually might won't have him the game. Because like Sorin is on the board still and we are not drawing anything. Like we are drawing basically cards against the different deck. Oh boy. And now he's starting with the invokes. Will I cast the temporary lockdown? If I do, I might as well get rid of the Meathook Massacre, you know? It doesn't hurt me at all, and we have two of them, so we may waste one of them. We don't have cards that this hits, and that's super great. Liliana of the Veil. Oh boy, yeah, I don't mind it. I would gladly discard some cards. I will even keep this card for this card. That sounded weird. So we go 3 for 1. Nice. But our opponent had such a good Meathook that it's still hard to come back. Alright, so this is for this card and this is for the next turn. I guess we kill Sorin this way, that's super important. I like Archangel of Wrath. Like the fact that it can directly kill all Planewalkers is a really big deal. I hope he doesn't get rid of the lockdown, because then he gets incredible value. Yeah, sure. I thought about present for you, Liliana. That's my gift. Yeah, our opponent did exactly the same thing. But Sorin, man, Sorin is definitely going into huge disadvantage for us. Infernal Grasp, I don't mind this one. Though, this one, oh my god, stop it. You need to stop it, my friend. So, we will cast the Archangel. One trigger goes here. I think the second one goes here, right? It means that our creature won't be alive, so we might as well sacrifice this. Sphinx, that's... okay, okay. I got idea. Will we have a double key? Oh my god, we don't have kicker? Oh, we have, okay, it's fine. Yeah, he highlights the correct stuff. Okay, I got scared for a second. First trigger, Sorin, get out of here, bro. Now, Liliana. So Liliana will -2, kill this, but it means that he won't have -2 for the Sphinx. Problem is so many cards. Oh, okay.
I'm tired of your secrets.
That's interesting. So it means that he has removal in hand, most likely. I did not expect that he will go this direction. Pretty smart, pretty smart. But on the other hand, if we kept a land or something like this, that would be a huge... okay, never mind. If you have invoked the spells for days, I get it works. I mean, like, yeah, get your sleeper agent. Man, we got so ahead thanks to them, but that's not enough. Like, this one treasure from Meathook was the game-winning play. If he didn't have this treasure, I think we would win it. So, with that being said, let's give our opponent some cheers, because he deserved it. I like the play. And just to wrap in the wounds, we got a land. Good game still.